Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we delve into The Power of Regret by Daniel Pink, an enlightening journey that challenges the often celebrated no regrets mindset. Drawing on the rich fields of human psychology, Pink presents a compelling case for embracing regrets as essential tools for personal and professional growth. With actionable advice, the book empowers readers to transform their regrets into motivating forces to shape a purposeful future. Daniel Pink, the mastermind behind this transformative work, is no stranger to literary acclaim. With 7 books to his name, 5 of which have graced the New York Times bestseller list, including notable titles like A Whole New Mind, Drive, and To Sell is Human. Pink's credentials speak volumes of his profound understanding of human motivation and behavior. The Power of Regret is designed for a wide array of readers. Whether you're someone who's felt the sting of regret, a follower of the no regrets philosophy open to new perspectives, or a psychology enthusiast eager to explore the complexities of human emotions, this book offers invaluable insights into turning what many view as negative experiences into springboards for success. Join us as we uncover how regrets, rather than being obstacles, can be powerful allies in our journey towards meaningful lives. The Power of Regret: How Looking Backward Moves Us Forward. Introduction: Embracing the wisdom of regret for a brighter future. Let's confront a common mantra head on: no regrets. It's a phrase emblematic of a modern era that prizes relentless positivity and forward momentum. However, what if this pursuit of a regret-free existence is fundamentally misguided? Imagine for a moment shifting our perspective to not only accept regret, but to welcome it into our emotional toolkit. Through ages and across cultures, regret has been an inseparable companion of the human experience, indicative not of failure, but of a life richly lived. Delving into the fabric of regret reveals its intrinsic value in shaping who we are and who we aspire to become. From historical giants who harnessed regret to pivot towards great achievements, to commonplace regrets that each of us might hold, this investigation uncovers a profound truth. Regret, when approached with intention and understanding, can serve as a potent catalyst for growth, productivity, and purpose. In this reflection, you'll discover how a legendary leader used the lessons of regret to craft a legacy, unearth why a surprising number of Americans would rank regret above daily hygiene habits, and learn strategies to integrate regret in your life as a force for positive change rather than a shadow to be avoided. Through re-evaluating regret, we find not a burden but a beacon, guiding us towards a richer, more meaningful existence. Part 1: How Alfred Nobel's unexpected moment of regret reshaped history. Imagine experiencing a rare moment that offers a crystal clear view of your legacy, a glimpse into how the world might remember you after you're gone. This extraordinary circumstance befell Alfred Nobel, an inventor and businessman, on an otherwise ordinary morning in April 1888. Nobel faced an unexpected mirror to his life when he opened the newspaper to find, to his astonishment, his own obituary mistakenly published. The mix-up occurred due to the death of Alfred's brother, Ludwig. But the consequences of this error were far-reaching for Alfred. The obituary spared no feelings. It labeled him the Merchant of Death, vilifying him for his invention of dynamite, and accusing him of amassing a fortune through means that contributed to human suffering. This harsh judgment from the public and the press thrust Nobel into a profound state of regret. What makes Alfred Nobel's story remarkable isn't just the peculiarity of reading one's premature obituary, but the transformative journey he embarked upon in its aftermath. Confronted with a legacy of destruction, he channeled his regret into constructive action. This moment of introspection became a turning point, guiding him towards a radically different path. Alfred Nobel decided that his true legacy would not be found in the destruction wrought by his inventions, but in the promotion of human achievements and the betterment of society. 8 years later, upon his actual passing, the world remembered him not as the merchant of death, but as a visionary philanthropist. This was achieved through his final will, in which he allocated 94% of his vast fortune to establish the Nobel Prizes, celebrating advancements in physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, and peace, endeavors that uplift humanity and foster global progress. Today, the name Nobel evokes thoughts of honor, achievement, and a constructive contribution to society, entirely overturning the negative press of 1888. Alfred Nobel's encounter with regret didn't lead him to despair. Instead, it ignited a purpose-driven remainder of his life, proving the powerful potential of regret to not just alter one's legacy, but also to redefine it in the most inspiring and impactful ways. Just as Nobel leveraged his moment of regret to pivot toward a future where his contributions could be celebrated for their positivity, so too can we find in our moments of regret the catalyst for profound personal and communal transformation. Part 2. The human propensity for regret and the art of counterfactual thinking. Regret is not a stranger in the human emotional repertoire, it's a frequent companion. A fascinating study involving nearly 4,500 Americans revealed a curious truth. People are more inclined to indulge in feelings of regret than they are to engage in daily dental hygiene. Yes, you heard that right. Regret seems to be a more regular part of the American routine than flossing is. In fact, a staggering 82% of participants admitted that regret plays a role in their lives, either occasionally or more persistently, with 43% reflecting on their regrets frequently or constantly. This prevalence of regret among humans isn't just a cultural phenomenon, it's deeply rooted in our very nature. Humans have this unique ability, quite unparalleled in the animal kingdom, to traverse time in their minds. We are, in essence, time-traveling storytellers, capable of revisiting our past and weaving alternate scenarios that delve into what could have been, the essence of counterfactual thinking. This cognitive process allows us to play out various hypothetical conditions that never were, opening a Pandora's box of what-if scenarios that often lead to feelings of regret. A vivid example of this phenomenon can be seen in the aftermath of the women's road race at the 2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro. Emma Johansson, the silver medalist, was enveloped in a visible cloud of sadness and disappointment, overshadowing the monumental achievement of being the second fastest in the world. This reaction is a classic case of counterfactual thinking, where the brain fixates on the myriad of tiny alterations she could have made, if only scenarios, that might have clinched her the gold medal. This line of thought, while natural, often ensnares individuals in a web of speculative disappointments, overshadowing real and significant achievements. Now, reflecting back on Alfred Nobel's story, we see an extraordinary deviation from the norm. Confronted with the harsh reflection of his legacy in a mistakenly published obituary, Nobel stood at a crossroads of regret. He could have succumbed to a spiral of unproductive counterfactual thinking with endless, if-only scenarios regarding his contributions to the world. Instead, he chose a path less traveled by, channeling his regret into a force for change, redefining his legacy from the merchant of death to a patron of peace and human advancement through the establishment of the Nobel Prizes. This distinction highlights a crucial lesson about the nature of regret. While it's an emotion that can easily engulf us in a sea of what-ifs, there exists a transformative power in choosing to harness regret constructively. Nobel's story underscores that, unlike unproductive regret, which immobilizes and saddens, productive regret can serve as a powerful motivator, propelling us toward actions that forge a better future for ourselves and others. Thus, As time-traveling storytellers, we find ourselves with a choice: to be consumed by the endless void of what could have been, or to let our regrets inspire us to reshape our narrative. Choosing the latter, much like Nobel, allows us to transition from a place of stagnation to one of proactive change, using our reflections not as anchors, but as sails, directing us toward a brighter, more purposeful horizon. Part 3. Why embracing regret is integral to our emotional well-being. In an era dominated by the motto, "No regrets," it might come as a surprise to learn that regret, often perceived as a negative emotion, holds significant value in our lives. From pop culture anthems to tattoos proclaiming a life without regrets, society seems to be on a relentless quest to banish this emotion to the shadows. Even the shelves of the U.S. Library of Congress are lined with over 50 books championing a no-regrets philosophy. However, this widespread campaign against regret overlooks a crucial aspect of human emotional complexity and growth. Let's consider the world of investing as a metaphor for understanding the richness of our emotional lives. In the early 1950s, economics student Harry Markowitz introduced a groundbreaking idea that would later be celebrated as modern portfolio theory. This theory urged investors not to place all their bets on a single stock, but to diversify their portfolios. The logic was simple yet profound. A diversified portfolio reduces risk and increases the potential for success. Drawing a parallel to our emotional experiences, we can think of ourselves as investors in a broad spectrum of emotions. Our emotional portfolio includes not only the highs of love, joy, and awe, but also the lows of sadness, fear, and regret. While it may seem counterintuitive, a balanced emotional investment, one that recognizes the place of negative emotions alongside positive ones, is key to a richer and more resilient human experience. Regret, in particular, plays an indispensable role in this diversified portfolio. Just as fear might keep us away from perilous situations and disgust helps us avoid harmful substances, regret offers its own unique benefits. It pushes us to reflect on our past decisions, encourages personal growth, and motivates us to pursue a future aligned with our values and aspirations. Living entirely within the confines of positive emotions may seem tempting, but it ultimately deprives us of the profound lessons that regret and other negative emotions can teach us. By facing and embracing our regrets, we unlock the door to self-improvement and personal evolution. The embrace of regret does not signify a surrender to despair, but an acknowledgement of its power to inspire introspection and change. It is a recognition that, in the grand tapestry of our lives, every emotion has its rightful place, contributing to the depth and authenticity of our human experience. Thus, to dismiss regret is to overlook a valuable opportunity for growth and fulfillment. In the end, a life without regret isn't just an unrealistic goal. It's a denial of the complexity that makes our journeys truly meaningful. Rejecting the no regrets mantra isn't about cultivating regret. It's about acknowledging its value as a catalyst for positive change and embracing the full spectrum of our emotional landscape. Part 4. Navigating through regret. A strategic three-step approach. Acknowledging the potential of regret as a catalyst for positive change is only the first step. The real magic happens when we actively engage with our regrets in a constructive manner. This journey of transformation can be navigated through a practical and insightful three-step process designed to convert regret from a burden into a boon. The initial step in this transformative journey is encapsulated in one simple directive: undo it. This step is most applicable to situations where our actions or words have led to regrettable outcomes. Imagine having a moment of spite that resulted in harsh words to a loved one. The remedy? Take this chance to extend a sincere apology, to undo the hurt caused. Similarly, if you find yourself rueing a lost connection from years past, there's always the possibility to bridge that gap, to rekindle that relationship, illustrating that it's never too late for restitution. Of course, not all sources of regret are amenable to such straightforward rectification. Many linger in the realm of what if, decisions not taken or paths not followed, like the longing for a skill or knowledge not pursued in youth. While you can't reverse time to make a different choice, you can certainly act now, which brings us to the second step. At least it. This involves looking at the situation from a fresh perspective, finding the silver lining in even the most regrettable decisions. For instance, a lamented educational path might have led you to the love of your life. Recognizing this can transform bitterness into gratitude, allowing you to appreciate the unexpected gifts born of regrettable choices. The last and perhaps most crucial step in our strategy is to analyze and strategize. This involves a reflective examination of our regrets, seeking out the lessons they hold. By understanding what went awry and formulating a plan to address similar situations in the future, we turn regret into a learning experience, a stepping stone towards personal growth. As we continue our exploration, we'll illustrate the application of this final step with a journey to Europe, demonstrating how an analytical and strategic approach to regret can not only mitigate its sting, but also pave the way for meaningful life changes and enrichment. Part 5. Transforming Regret. Lessons from a Missed Connection and a Grandparent's Tale. In the tapestry of human life, regret often emerges as a vivid thread, marking moments of reflection and roads not taken. The story of Bruce, a young American traveler, poignantly illustrates the weight of regret and its potential for transformation. On a serendipitous train ride to Stockholm, Bruce connected deeply with Sandra, a Belgian au pair. Their immediate bond was palpable. Yet, when faced with the choice to follow this unexpected connection or continue on his planned path, Bruce chose to stay on the train, a decision that has haunted him for decades. His story, captured in the World Regret Survey, serves as a powerful reminder of the impact of our choices and the lingering question of what if. Regret, however, doesn't have to lead to a dead end. The process of coping with regret involves crucial steps, including the acceptance that wallowing in what might have been serves no productive purpose. Instead, adopting a stance of analysis and strategizing can mark the beginning of meaningful change. For Bruce, this could mean a commitment to embracing boldness, taking risks, and expressing his feelings without reservation, a decision to step off the train should the moment present itself again. This transformative approach to regret is further exemplified by Abby Henderson's story. Abby's biggest regret revolved around not cherishing the time she had with her grandparents, a realization that became painfully clear only after their passing. Unlike the immediate decision faced by Bruce, Abby's regret emerged from a pattern of missed opportunities over time. Yet, her response highlights the proactive power of regret. By choosing to initiate deeper connections with her living family members through Storyworth, Abby found a way to honor her grandparents' memory and ensure she didn't repeat her past mistakes. Regret doesn't solely reside in the realm of personal relationships. It's equally prevalent and potent in professional contexts. A study on negotiators revealed that those who regretted not making a higher initial offer were motivated to prepare more thoroughly for future negotiations, ultimately leading to better outcomes. This underscores the idea that regret, when harnessed correctly, can serve as a powerful motivator for improvement and success. At its essence, regret shines a light on our missteps, offering a unique opportunity for growth and change. Barry Schwartz, a social psychologist, underscores the value of this emotion in helping us recognize our mistakes and avoid repeating them in future decisions. Whether it's in the wake of a missed love connection, the loss of time with loved ones, or a professional misjudgment, regret calls us to reflect, learn, and act differently moving forward. Regret, therefore, is not an enemy to be avoided but an ally in our journey towards a more purposeful and productive life. By investing in regret, we open ourselves to a world of potential growth and transformation, a choice that, in itself, is worthy of no regret. Final summary. The essence of these reflections lies in recognizing that the widely celebrated mantra of living a no regrets life is fundamentally flawed, and more importantly, counterproductive to personal development. Far from being an emotion to avoid, regret, when navigated thoughtfully, can be an extraordinary catalyst for leading a life marked by increased productivity, deeper purpose, and authentic fulfillment. By confronting and thoughtfully engaging with our regrets, we unlock the potential for transformative growth that reshapes our futures. Regret is not a shadow to be shunned, but a teacher, guiding us to make choices that align more closely with our values, aspirations, and the kind of life we wish to lead. Through this lens, regret becomes not just a tolerable part of the human experience, but an invaluable one, uniquely equipped to propel us toward more meaningful horizons. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.